The average person spends around 17 minutes every morning standing in front of a closet, deciding what to wear. Some studies put it even higher. A Danish woman spends closer to 30 seconds. Not because she owns less, and not because she's decided in advance. It's because her closet is physically built, so there's almost nothing left to decide. Today, I'm showing you 12 things you won't find inside a real Nordic closet, and every single one of them exists to remove a decision before it ever has to happen. Number 4 is the one almost nobody thinks to check, and is quietly adding minutes to your morning every single day without you noticing. Number 9 is the one that surprises people most, because it's not about what's in the closet at all. It's about what's missing from right outside it. Quick note before we start. What follows is built from real, documented Nordic closet organization practices, filtered through my own professional experience, my interpretation of it, offered for education and entertainment, not a strict formula. I'm Freya Holm, an interior designer from Copenhagen, who spent 8 years organizing closets for urban families. And this is genuinely one of the fastest transformations I've ever seen. Not because people bought less, but because their closets stopped asking them to make the same decisions over and over, every single morning from scratch. Here's the perspective that ties this whole list together. A slow morning isn't usually caused by too many clothes. It's caused by too many tiny, invisible decisions stacked one after another. Which hanger, which drawer, which nearly identical option, repeated until 17 minutes, have quietly disappeared. A Nordic closet removes those decisions structurally before you ever open the door. So getting dressed becomes closer to reaching for the one obvious thing rather than negotiating with a wall of almost right options. If any of this is already making you think about your own closet differently, go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you're new here. This channel exists to hand you the real system behind Nordic living, and it genuinely helps to have you here for the rest of it. Let's start with number 1. The very first thing that slows almost every closet down before you've even reached for a single item. Item 1. Mismatched hangers. Wire ones from the dry cleaner mixed with thick wooden ones. Plastic ones in 3 different colors. I didn't think this mattered until I swapped my entire closet to one single matching hanger type and noticed, almost immediately, that scanning the rod took a fraction of the time. When every hanger is identical, your eyes process the clothes, not the hangers competing for attention underneath them. The shift. One hanger type, one color, throughout. It's a small purchase that pays for itself in seconds, saved every single morning. Item 2. Clothes organized with no real grouping. A shirt next to a coat next to a pair of trousers, in whatever order they happen to land. I used to do this for years, telling myself it didn't matter since I knew where everything was. I didn't. Not really. I just knew I'd eventually find it. Once I grouped by category, then by color within each category, finding anything stopped requiring a search at all. The shift? Group like with like, then arrange each group light to dark. Your eye learns the pattern within days. Item 3. Off-season clothing mixed in with what you're actually wearing right now. Winter coats crowding a summer rail in July does more than take up space. It doubles the number of items you have to mentally filter past every single time you're choosing something. The shift. Off-season pieces move to a separate space entirely, even just a bin on a shelf, twice a year. What's hanging in front of you should only ever be what you'd actually reach for today. Item 4, the one I promised, and it's the one most people never think to check. Hangers pack so tightly together that you can't actually see individual items at a glance. You have to physically push through them one by one to find anything. I remember standing in front of my own closet years ago, technically full of clothes, feeling like I had nothing to wear because I genuinely couldn't see what I owned without excavating for it. Research on visual scanning backs this up directly. The eye needs a small gap of visible space around an object to register it quickly. Items crammed edge to edge just blur into a single mass. The shift. Leave breathing room on the rod. If you can't slide 2 fingers between hangers comfortably, it's too tight to actually see what's there. Item 5. Loose belts, scarves, or ties draped over hangers or piled on a shelf, tangling into each other every time you reach for one. I used to lose entire minutes untangling a specific scarf from 3 others before I finally hung each one on its own hook. The shift. 1 hook or slot per accessory. Untangling shouldn't be part of getting dressed. Item 6. No pre-paired combinations hanging together at all. Every piece treated as a fully separate decision every single morning. This is where a lot of the 17 minutes actually goes. Not choosing a top, then separately choosing bottoms, then separately deciding if they even work together. Danish closets often keep a handful of already paired outfits hanging as complete units, ready to just be grabbed. The shift. Pick 3 or 4 outfits you already know work and hang them together as single units. On the mornings, you have zero energy for decisions. They're simply there. Item 7. Storage boxes or bags cluttering the closet floor, blocking the actual path to your clothes. I once had a closet where I had to move 2 bags just to reach my own shoes. A genuinely tiny obstacle repeated daily that added up to real frustration over time. The shift. The closet floor stays clear enough to walk into without rearranging anything first. Item 8. Accessories in unlabeled identical containers. Jewelry in one box, hair accessories in another, indistinguishable from the outside. The shift. Clear containers or simple labels. You shouldn't have to open 3 boxes to find the one earring back you're looking for. Item 9. The one I promised, and it's not inside the closet at all. No full-length mirror positioned right beside it. If you have to walk to another room just to see the full outfit, that's an extra 60 seconds minimum, added to every single morning, plus the walk back if it's wrong. I didn't have one for years, genuinely believing it wasn't necessary, until I finally put one right next to my closet door and realized how much time and how many outfit changes I'd been adding to my mornings without ever noticing the cause. Item 10. No dedicated hamper near the closet, meaning worn clothes end up on chairs, floors, or doorknobs instead of in one obvious place. The shift. A hamper directly in or beside the closet. One home for worn clothes means they never become a pile you have to navigate around. Item 11. Shoes stored in closed boxes, stacked, invisible until you dig through several to find the pair you want. The shift. Shoes visible on an open shelf or rack at a glance, the same principle as the clothes themselves. What you can see, you can grab in seconds. What's boxed becomes an excavation. And item 12, the one that ties everything together. A closet that's genuinely never crowded past the point where you can actually see everything inside it at once. Not a specific number of items. Just enough breathing room that scanning takes seconds, not minutes. Here's what all 12 have in common. None of them are really about owning fewer clothes. They're about removing friction between you and the clothes you already have. Matching hangers, visible categories, paired outfits, a mirror within reach. 30 seconds isn't a talent. It's the natural result of a closet with nothing left to decide. Tell me in the comments which of these 12 is the easiest fix in your own closet tonight. I guess for most of you, it's the mismatched hangers. I read every single comment. And if you know someone who stands in front of a full closet every morning, feeling like they have nothing to wear, send this to them. It's probably not the clothes. It's the system around them. I'm Freya, and I'll see you in the next one. I know the most common objection to a list like this because I heard it in almost every home I organized. My closet is too small for half of this. If you're working with a genuinely tight space, a narrow reach-in closet, a shared wardrobe, an apartment where storage was clearly an afterthought. The good news is that most of these 12 items actually matter more in a small space, not less, because there's less room for visual noise to hide in. A crowded small closet reads as chaotic almost instantly. A small closet organized around these same principles, matching hangers, clear categories, breathing room between items, can feel calmer than a much larger, messier one, simply because everything in it is visible at a glance. If you can only tackle a few of these 12 right now, here's the actual priority order, based on what I've seen make the fastest difference in real homes. Start with item 1, matching hangers, because it's the cheapest change on this entire list and the one that visually transforms a closet the moment you walk in, before you've reorganized a single item. Then item 4, breathing room between pieces. This one often means removing a few things entirely rather than buying anything, which makes it free. Then item 9, the mirror. If you don't already have one nearby, this is the one purchase on the list I'd actually recommend spending a little more on because it saves real time every single day, not just on the mornings you're organizing. For anyone sharing a closet with a partner, I want to be honest. This is genuinely one of the harder situations to solve because you're not just organizing your own habits, you're negotiating someone else's. What worked for me, and for several clients in exactly this situation, wasn't insisting on identical systems for both people. It was giving each person their own clearly defined section. Even if one side follows every principle on this list and the other side is comparatively chaotic. So at least your own morning isn't being slowed down by someone else's system, or lack of one. A shared closet doesn't need to be uniformly organized to save you time. It just needs your half to be. I also want to address budget directly, because I don't want this to sound like it requires spending real money. Matching hangers are often the same price as the mismatched ones you already own. This is frequently a swap, not an upgrade in cost, especially if you simply pick a single style from wherever you already shop for hangers, rather than a specialty brand. The breathing room item costs nothing at all. If anything, it usually means donating a few pieces, which is closer to a small financial gain than an expense. A full-length mirror is the one genuine purchase on this list, and even a basic one, leaned against a wall rather than mounted, does the job. Here's the honest confession behind why I care about this list as much as I do. I used to be someone who told people, including myself, that I simply wasn't a morning person, as if that were a fixed trait rather than a symptom of something fixable. It took me embarrassingly long to realize that a significant chunk of my slow, frustrated mornings weren't about my energy at all. They were about standing in front of a closet that required real cognitive effort to actually use every single day, before I'd had a single sip of coffee. Once I rebuilt my own closet around these 12 principles, I didn't become a different person. I just stopped spending willpower on a decision that never needed to be a decision at all. Here's a simple 2-step way to actually start tonight, rather than trying to tackle all 12 at once. Step 1. Stand in your closet and time yourself. Honestly, choosing tomorrow's outfit the way you normally would. Just notice the number. Most people are genuinely surprised by how long it actually takes once they measure it instead of assuming. Step 2. Pick the single item from this list of 12 that you suspect is costing you the most time, based on what you just noticed, and fix only that one thing before bed tonight. Not all 12. 1. Then, time yourself again tomorrow morning and see what changed. You don't need a full closet renovation to get from 17 minutes to 30 seconds. You need to stop asking your closet the same 17 tiny questions every single morning and start building one that's already answered most of them for you, quietly, before you ever open the door.